Hello, everybody. I'm Roadblock, and we are on the free-to-play challenge account. So I wanted to give you guys a quick update about what's going on the account. I don't expect this to be necessarily a long video, but it mostly just want to touch on what I've been doing, keep you guys up to date on kind of where the progress on the account is. I did want to clarify something that I said in a previous video. I talked about not getting a soul for Ethel, and I wanted to clarify because there was a soul available in the soul merchant for Ethel. I wouldn't buy that. The reason being that I need to have 20 for a legendary soul, and I'm at 18, and I can afford, if I was to buy, I can afford 16 more, but I didn't want to go too spend happy, spend crazy in the soul merchant and end up not being able to afford Rathalos if he popped up. What I meant when I said I hadn't gotten an Ethel soul early is I meant from soul stones. I pulled soul stones on my other accounts, and I remember getting Elhain in particular. I got a 5-star Elhain soul very early on, and she was my starter champion on the main account. So when souls first started up, I got gifted very early a good soul. So I apologize if I misled you guys because there was an Ethel. Someone clipped the video or sent me a timestamp of a video where there was clearly an Ethel soul right down here, and I did not pick it, and that was on purpose. And I wanted to clarify that. It would be more impactful to the account to get it on Rathalos than it would be to get it on Ethel. And I can't remember if the mistraded I bought. I think I bought it because this is pretty strong to decrease the defense. Not that Phantom Touch isn't strong, but the first level of Phantom Touch isn't gonna break the game, right? We'll get a little bit of extra HP and 15% chance of doing some bonus damage, but I didn't think that it was going to be worth not getting a Rathalos soul. Speaking of a Rathalos soul, we have the Blademaster Titan event, which is going to be giving us a Rathalos soul. Now, obviously, I would love to get what does this go up to? Yeah, so a 1, 2, 3, and 4-star split souls will be among the milestone rewards for the Titan event. Um, I would absolutely love to get all the way up to a 4-star, but even just getting a 1-star will be very big for the account. Now, of course, it would also be big for everyone else's account. So it is one of those things where I won't necessarily gain an advantage, but it's important that I take this event seriously on this account. So you'll see I'm have spent all my energy. I'm doing what I said I would do. I've been running Dragon. The only alteration I've had to make is that Dragon 16 is not 100%. I wouldn't even say it's 50%. Anytime I try to go do 16, it doesn't go well. So, because of that, I started farming back on 13 again, and have had good good success there while getting maybe less good gear. It's 100% success rate, and I'm also simultaneously leveling Hotatsu, who is now caught up in levels at 43. So he's back up to where he was before we started, or where he was when we were using him in Clan Boss. And finally, guys, I did what I said I was going to do, and he is now my Clan Boss lead. Took me long enough, but I remembered to make him my lead. Uh, Rathalos, how close are you, sir? So about halfway to 60. So we're getting there with Rathalos. So for the event, this is where my energy needs to go. Now, I did use I'm using my free energy, my energy that resets for dragon right now, but then I'll probably stop that. And once I start getting energy potions and getting more than just the daily energy, I'll probably save that and start preparing for this Titan event. Right out the gate, we've got a dungeon divers. I don't know if there will be any dungeons that correlate with that. I assume there will be that just aren't announced up here yet. Probably turn attack tournaments. I don't care about the tournaments, so I will. I want to get the points because I assume they'll also have Rathalos event points, but the big thing is getting at least a 1-star soul, if not better. So I will be doing everything I can to participate in this event in order to increase the strength of my Rathalos, who I completely built my account around, right? So that is the big plan. Outside of that, I'm just grinding dungeons. I haven't looked at a lot of the gear that I got, so we could take a quick look at just new. Let's see if anything kind of stands out. Nothing too. I like this piece a little bit. There we go. That's a solid piece. We've got crit damage and crit rate with speed. Would love for maybe that to be attack, but I'm not going to complain. We have a 5-star attack percent chest. That's actually pretty big. Even though the substats are terrible, I don't have a lot of 5-star pieces, especially not ones with percent-based stats. So that is a pretty big deal. I don't know where I got this shield set from, and I don't know how I missed getting it. Oh, I got it today from I think the daily login. But crit damage with crit rate and attack. This is an amazing piece. I am going to instantly level this up. Amazing rolls. I would prefer maybe 2 in crit rate and 1 in attack, but that's really, really good. You'll see, like, if we were to put this on Rathalos right now, I only need to make up 31 crit rate. And I understand that the word only in that sentence can be a little intimidating, but that's really doable. You know, imagine if I was to get an attack percent chest that had crit rate as a substat. Now, it didn't roll, unfortunately, right? But that, and it can't, so that, you know, but stinks, but I could find crit rate in other pieces as well. So another thing would be, what if I had, I'm also just investigating this here, speed boots with crit rate. I don't want to level up. I also want to include equipped as well. Yeah, I don't really want to level up 4-star boots. So I've got this shield and this weapon. I don't want to have to replace those. But this helmet, if I could find a helmet with a substat of crit rate, that maybe is a little bit stronger. What would be a perfect piece? Crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. That can happen, I think, but it hasn't happened. But crit rate, crit damage. Right here. Let's take this to 12. I'm just curious. I really would have liked that to be in crit rate. So we may not quite have the gear to make it happen, especially not with 2 pieces that I don't have crit rate on, right? When you talk primary stats, attack percent, and then crit rate substat, you know, we've got a little bit here in 5%, but that's not gonna make enough difference. And then speed boots, I definitely have a lot of speed boots, but none that necessarily have crit rate as a substat. So hopefully I'll be able to farm a lot of dungeons and figure out a way to get these crit damage gauntlets on my Rathalos, because that will increase his damage by quite a bit. And I mean, he is the backbone of the team right now, so I would really like to get more damage out of him if at all possible. One thing I haven't considered, because it's such a old school way of doing it, is the crit rate set. I might be able to find some. I don't have any crit rate pieces right now that would make sense for it. But it is possible that I could utilize some of this gear to complete a crit rate set and get more value in that way. So a little bit more work to do in that regard. But I also can farm a lot more dragon as well between now and then, just using the energy before we start this Titan event. So, and who knows what I might get while doing the Titan event. So, but that's kind of the plan for the account right now. I'll probably save shards. Any shards that I get, like I'm going to get my weekly reset shard after I do my dailies today. I'm going to save that in case there's any summon event for this Titan event. If there's any summon rush associated with it, or champion chase associated with it, I'm going to try to save up as many shards as I can for that, and maybe even work to do some of the fusions that I could possibly do, right? Like Blood Feather, or Relic Keeper even. I may push to get some of those done during a champion chase, just to try and get enough points in here to get a big enough soul for Rathalos and get more damage out of him. I mean, he is probably the only legendary that I'm ever going to have on this account. And with that in mind, I need to just all in on him and try and make him as strong as possible, because I won't have anybody else. So that's pretty much everything I have. Like I said, we're just trying to get Hotatsu as leveled up as I can. Now that I have just got that energy pot, I'm going to put that into Dragon's Lair. We're still hard stuck for a whole week till I can get this mission done. So until then, not that much going on. But this is the last day, right? Yeah, we're only 7 hours left on the Forge Pass. Challenges. Spirit Keep is in a couple of days, and Fire Knight we're still a little stuck on for now. Hitting Gold Arena, I know I was talking about that for a little bit. Now I'm not as close as I was because of today's reset, but I will be working my way back towards gold. I do think I can possibly crack through, but a big part of that is going to be improving my damage out of Rathalos and maybe even Athel. So getting gear right now is a bit of the priority. Getting Hotatsu leveled up is also a priority, but I need, if I focus too much on just the champions, then I won't necessarily be able to farm the gear in the first place. I had high hopes that I'd be able to farm at 16, but Hotatsu to level 50 wasn't enough to keep it consistent. I am debating doing something I don't usually recommend, and also leveling Selenia up to 5 stars. I don't normally recommend that, but I think I may have to do that to try and get more power out of her as well, and get over the hump in Dragon 16, be able to get that boss down a little bit quicker. I also probably need to rebuild Hotatsu. I'm sure I probably have high level defense percent and HP percent gear now that's at least blue or higher. So would make sense if I kind of I probably want this one I like because of the speed. A lot of these rolled kind of weak stats. This is actually a really solid piece for him, and I should get this one equipped, because we're gaining a ton of defense, which is what he should be in anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna rebuild Hitatsu. I don't think I'm gonna do it on cam. We're only 15 minutes in. Let's rebuild Hitatsu real quick. So I want that chest plate. Where did that chest plate go? This is worth. So we've got speed on it and HP percent. Now, obviously, the two rolls into the flat defense aren't great, but his damage is based on defense, and I do like that accuracy right there too. It's just a flat out good piece for Hitatsu. Now, this that piece is better on my Athel, but I would lose the speed. So I have to figure out how to rework Athel there. I want to get better gauntlets here too. Why is this on them though? Speed and accuracy, that's really the only reason that's on him for now. So HP or defense percent, gauntlets with, well, I just want to look at what I have. I'm not going to have that many. I want 5-star or higher. If I'm going to be doing stuff, I want it to be 5-star or higher. Speed, getting a speed set on him would be big. So this piece is very much in the running, and in fact may be the answer. Yeah, we're going to go with this one because it completes a speed set. Terrible rolls. Absolutely terrible rolls. But still, it completes a speed set, which is going to bring his speed up quite a bit. 17 extra speed out of this. Now, I don't think, because I was just looking on the account, and I'm going to include equipped here, I don't think I have any 5-star speed boots that are not in use. So I think we keep these ones on him for now. I'm going to consider, I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to consider taking these to 16. I need him to be faster. His cooldowns, unfortunately, are not getting booked, which is where I need the books to go. But speed on him will be important to keep him rotating his abilities so that we can keep those cooldowns up. We want increased defense up every time Clan Boss takes a turn. So I need him to be a lot faster than what he is, but also a little bit more survivable as well. So that's kind of the point between the defensive gear, HP here. I'll probably still use this neck. I'll probably only take it to 12, but just flat stat HP. Well, actually, no, I could take that to 16, actually. Just to get a lot of extra HP, get him some survivability. Here, we're mostly looking for accuracy here. That's why we have this piece on him. All right, let's see what kind of top 3 pieces, because the bottom 3 are set. So what kind of top 3 pieces am I looking for? We're definitely going to want... I'm just going to want to look at what 5-star stuff I have, just to get an understanding of what is on the account. So we have a little bit of accuracy here. I don't necessarily mind. I'd like to see something that's got HP percent, speed, and accuracy. Doesn't exist. Okay. So let's just go speed and accuracy. Let's do HP percent and accuracy. All right, I like that. I actually really like those rolls. We want that accuracy. We're gonna lose a little speed because it has built-in speed, but I'm also about to increase my speed if I can find a piece that will be comparable to this. This shield, for instance, or one of these shields, if I can find one. Now, none of these have a speed substat, which is what I was looking for there. What about this helmet? So we've got accuracy and HP percent. Here I have defense percent and the speed substat. It's a lot of accuracy to give up, though. I don't know that I want to give up that much accuracy. Unless I can make up for it. See, that's a lot of accuracy, too. So let's try and roll some of these pieces here. Let's see what we can get. There we go. There's a good bit of accuracy on that piece. That is just a flat-out upgrade. So we're definitely going to equip this. So that shield is an upgrade. So now we have to find a piece that will match up with it, but also giving me the stats that I'm looking for. So with this weapon, I would gain HP, speed, and accuracy. So that kind of does everything that I'm looking for. So we'll equip this. So now we are at 150 speed. Not great, but not bad. 23,000 HP, 2,000 defense. He's only level 43 and not fully ascended, and no masteries yet. So I'm pretty happy with the build that we have now on Hotatsu. I would like to possibly get a book to land on this cooldown at the very least. This one's going to take a lot more books to get cooled down, but if I can get this one, that would be a big boost, and obviously getting more chances at the leech is a big deal as well, but it's a lot of books on Hotatsu, but getting him built out to be a real support for me could make a huge difference in my progress in the game. I don't think I can I can ascend him one more time, and then after that I'm stuck. What dungeon is it today? Force Keep, yeah. So tomorrow's reset is magic, and so we're gonna get him ascended to 5 stars at that point, and probably level him a little bit along the way there too. So okay, well, I'm kind of happy with that rebuild. I'm also happy that I freed up that weapon too, because that weapon was pretty good. I'd love to see that weapon. In fact, it may not. Well, I don't want to lose the speed set on Athel, though. Wasn't there a good speed helmet? So I need crit rate. So filter, primary stat, or substats, I want crit rate and a helmet. Preferably in the speed category? No. Okay. I'd lose some HP, which is a big deal. I don't really want to roll a 4-star piece that much. Because I like this piece a lot. We gain attack and we gain crit rate. But I also lose crit damage, huh? Yeah, maybe the trade-off's not that good. And I lose a lot of speed. So, it's a good piece. Just not for the moment. Okay. All right. Well, I'm happy with that. We did a little bit of a rebuild there, or rework. So I wonder how much of a difference that would make. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to turn off Super Raid so I don't waste too much energy. And let's see if we have better luck now against Dragon 16. Now, obviously, killing it once doesn't guarantee that it's going to be effective moving forward. This team should be turn meter oriented. Yeah, I don't have my freaking cooldowns up in time, and I have it set. Maybe I'm saving. I don't know. Well, that was good. There we go. I was about to say I really need Rathalos to land that decreased defense. Why is that debuff getting blocked? What, is it a different debuff? Or is it the weaken? There's the weaken. So it must be a different debuff that's getting blocked from that. So Hitatsu being leveled up didn't make any difference here. This is the same way I've beaten it before. Maybe possibly ascending him and trying to get more power out of him that way. And of course, we still get a 4-star piece. So I do have to get this figured out. But that's part of the game. So I'll be working on that off camera. Thank you guys so much for watching, because I told you it would be a short video and I ended up making it a longer one. I'm going to go ahead and end it here very quickly. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the subscriptions. They've been a huge boost to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.